Hi everyone, I'm Darvin Zuch here in Calgary running for CBE Trustee, that's Calgary Board of Education Trustee in Wards 12 and 14. Hey, I want to go through some of my policy points here for you if you're looking about who I am. So, the policy points are fiscal responsibility, stop the blame game, parental consent, school choice, and standardized testing. And right now we're talking about fiscal responsibility. So I've certainly been on a number of boards. I'm a small business owner myself, and goodness, wow, I keep hearing not enough money in schools. I keep hearing teachers having to go and buy their own supplies after hours and not being able to expense them, coming out of their own pocket. I hear things like teachers standing up and taking some initiative and buying things for a project or a school, and then given the verbal okay, and then when it comes back, that is they say no. Didn't say that. I'm not reimbursing your hundreds of dollars that you've put out for the project. I hear things like that. And then I hear that the province needs to give us more money as the CB. We need more money. We're underfunded. And so I'm a small business person. I like to be frugal. And so this is something that has plagued the CB for at least 30 years. As trustees that have come and gone with the intention of looking into this. We see things like the administration building that went up, that was signed a lease on, which just absolutely exorbitant costs. Like, you can Google it, but they signed a lease on an administration building that was like 10 times more expensive than anything in the market as far as the terms of the lease, and it was written ironclad, so there was no way that the CB could get out of it. We've got this kind of foolishness that happens. The CB is funded by the provincial government, about $1.9 billion, in the range of $1.9 billion. That's a number that's so big that none of us can even imagine what that means. On a more immediate scale, public schools like the CBE school board, every public school student is funded $11,500 a year. $11,500. That's the basic allotment for the student. Then there's grants and transportation grants and things like that. The capital costs are on top of that, and so there's a lot of money on top of the 11.5. But if you're looking at a classroom size of 22 students, and 22 students is much smaller than most classes at the CBE. 22 students, simple math, $11,500 times 22 students comes out to just over $250,000. Teachers need to be paid well, for sure. I think they're getting paid between $60,000 and $90,000 on average. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong there, but it's about $60,000 and $90,000. And so if we're talking about $250,000, teacher salary is about 90. And, two teachers' salaries is what, 90 at the top end. 90 times 2 is 180. We still got about $70,000 there. Needs to pay for a principal, needs to pay for janitor, some power and things like that. But then you got that cost is spread out across multiple classrooms. So it seems to me that we have, and I mean, this is obviously simplistic, right? But it seems to me that we can have a well-paid teacher, a well-paid, a full-time assistant, lots of resources, and we're in a good place. But that's not where we are. And so we got money going to administration in lockdown leases that we can't get out of. There's like all organizations, there's probably lots of things that we're doing that we shouldn't be. I've got to say that CBE and trustees, the Minister of Education, whoever it might be, right now it's Minister Adriana LaGrange, but it's been other people in the past, they have been frustrated to no extent with the Board of Trustees over the last 30 years, multiple times. This Board of Trustees at the CBE was asked to resign. Goodness, when was that? Like 25 years ago? And then this last spring again, asked to resign. And why? Well, goodness, we don't really know. But there's obviously, that's a nuclear option, and there's obviously some things that the public bodies look at our Board of Trustees for and say, they're not towing the line, the CBE is not going in the right direction it should, and so that's the kind of stuff. And I think a bunch of it's fiscal as well. So fiscal responsibility, we need financial stewards that will stop having shortfalls. And as a trustee, I really want to dig into that. I want to get the numbers down to parents and school councils. And teachers, my goodness, I really do not want to rope in teachers because they're in a difficult position. They cannot criticize the organization. And I don't, I want to say the Calgary Board of Education, incredible organization. We do not want to disparage our social institutions because it's taken massive amounts of very passionate people's time and efforts in life over the course of 100 years to get where we are. So I don't want to disparage that, but we do need to find a better way forward and set our eyes on a higher path here. I'm Dar with, here in Calgary, Dar Zuch. I'm on the ballot for October 18th. If you're on a school council, please reach out. Love to hear what your thoughts are. My website is together.for@strongeralberta.ca. You can find out more contact information there. Thanks for watching, and hope I'll be your trustee after October 18th. Bye for now.